Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be looking back at our monthly qualifier day 2 games, which just took place like an hour ago. Don't want to ruin too much for you guys. I don't know if I'll run it in the title, but yeah, some really intense games and a lot on the line. Obviously, if we don't qualify this weekend, then our chances at Worlds are pretty much over. So it's do or die for a lot of teams right now, and this is crunch time. This is where you need to clutch up. So before we get into today's video, make sure you're using a create code in the shop. Mine would be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into today's video. All right, guys, so going into the first game up against Sala de Frutas. So this is ex-Noble Elite, definitely a really good team. The bans for both teams, I think, was Stu, Mortis on our end, and then on their end, I think it was Poco Bell. Yeah, it was Poco Bell on their end. So we've gone for the Gene. We're a little bit scared of the aggro still. Maybe like they go like triple tank or something. So Gene just pretty much good against everything else. So and with this composition, what you want to be doing is trying to get the first. I always emphasize this on dry season, especially. It's just that fight for first. That first engagement is so crucial. So we end up losing that first engagement. So here on out, it's just kind of down to try not extending their lead too much. So really, we're only looking for like a last second push because we know we can clutch up in the end. So Brock, as you guys know, Brock isn't banned here, and Brock probably is, well, he's at least top 5 brawler in the game. I don't know about number 1. I don't know who's the best real brawler right now. Probably would stay even like Stu or Bell still. But Brock is absolutely insane everywhere, and especially on bounties. So those gadgets are really strong, especially against throws, just breaking up those walls. Just his normal damage can two-shot a lot of brawlers. So they ever got to upgrade it on the tick again. 50 seconds, kind of playing it passively, really. Just waiting for Tom to like build up his super, waiting for me to build up my super, and then we'll probably go for a last second push here. So yeah, as I was saying in the intro, this is really, really important. At this point in time, we were 6-1. So if you didn't watch the qualifiers, basically we faced off against SK Gaming yesterday, and that was the only game we lost. And unfortunately, I might shut down my second channel. Actually, I don't think I have gameplay for that, unfortunately, because it was yesterday. But yeah, we literally only lost because, well, not only lost, but unfortunately, Drage and Tom's Wi-Fi provider literally cut out at the exact same time, making us lose one siege game. And then we lost like the other siege game by like 2%. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, 15 seconds left here. So we've got them all pinched back into a corner. So still in a decent position here. I'm just going to go as far left as possible. They're all going to be aiming their shots towards me. And Tom's super, I actually didn't realize that. Bit of a miss super there, and definitely could have got a lot more value. But regardless, we do lose that first game there, so a lot of pressure on us to win the next one. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, so going into the next bounty game then. So we kind of realized that double thrower is really, really strong. So we switched out, I think, the Gene. Yeah, the Gene for the tick. So we got now Drage on the Brock and me on the Roof. So Roof's just going to be really good against like everything in general, really, especially when there's no Bell in play. Just good at giving obviously upgrades to Tick and Brock. We're going to be doing most of the carrying. So you see there, I go really aggressive for that first start. It's so important. We need to win that first engagement. So I'll make sure we get that first engagement because it's going to be like really hard to push against like a Sprout and a Tick. So right now as well, we just want to make sure that Sprout and Roof's don't get an aggro position. I'm not really too sure about Melony's like positioning there. He could have gone a lot more aggro, especially considering our comps. So if you're looking at their comps, they have matchup on this one, definitely in my opinion, because of the first engagement. Like, yeah, we do have a Brock, but they have a Sprout. A Sprout can just easily shoot over the walls. He can push up to the walls and basically free tap everyone on the enemy team. So yeah, Sprout definitely the better option here. So they're just playing the late game here, I presume. Apologies for my cough. Still somehow sick after 2 weeks. I don't know, but still feeling a lot better. So at least it's that. Melony gets tapped up a little bit here. So Sprout with a lot of HP can be pretty scary indeed. I think that's what they're kind of aiming for here. So 45 seconds left here. No one can die. Again, it's really passive gameplay. It's bounty. There's a lot on the line. Obviously, if we lose this, we go into the tiebreaker. We're not out completely, but obviously we don't want to be losing it at all. So we're up about 3 stars here. So in this position here, basically me or Drage can die. So what you kind of want to be doing on bounties, specifically dry season, is just making sure that not everyone dies at the same time. Else you're probably going to get team wipes. So in this position, we know even Tom can die, to be honest. So we need someone to go up and die. So I think I could just go aggro here, just because I know we all can't just sit up in one position. Yeah, so Drage is going to die here, and luckily enough, we survive in a good position. Andrew really low, and we're able to survive, as I said. So some really nice plays from us, nice and clean, nice and conservative. We get the job done. So let's jump into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into the final bounty game then. So this one obviously wins the set. If you guys didn't know the format for the qualifiers, it is a best of 3. So it is definitely a scary format because a lot of well, basically any team can beat any, well, not any team, but you know, these top tier teams, especially like Noble Elite, they can beat any team on their day, especially in a best of 3 format. So Drage with a really nice gadget, getting the double kill there, you absolutely love to see it. So I was like kind of worried a little bit, them getting that first star. They definitely played it a lot better. They recognized I went like quite aggressive in the first game, so I knew straight away they would make some adjustments, that themselves go more aggressive, and Drage finds them both off with a gadget. So basically this game here is just a game of protect Drage. We're just doing everything we can to protect Drage, making sure he doesn't die here. So again, they're playing the late game, which is fair enough, but kind of still thinking their position is should be trying to pinch us, especially if he will get his pin back as with like a Sprout. It can be really dangerous for us. So yeah, they're just playing late game, we're just getting HP as well, kind of just mirroring what they're doing really, especially if Brock gets a lot of HP as well. The only downside to Brock right now in the meta is, well, obviously his shots sometimes are easy to dodge, but the main thing is his HP. Like, it's quite a squishy brawler, so if we're going to give him more HP, he's going to be even more of a force to reckon with. So we get a few taps onto him. Drage gets shot by Sprout. We just see one Sprout shot, and he's not even at his former HP. So I'm going to go in aggro here, trying to get off a little bit of pressure. Again, I think only me or Tom can die, not both of us. So again, we want to be using our deaths to put himself in a good position, especially for the last 15 seconds. So 20 seconds left here. They're not really getting any pressure here, so we've got both upgrades. We'll upgrade onto Drage. I'm going to go down here, but I knew I kind of had to just sit in an aggro position, just so it allowed us to get that respawn, so I can just run into their face again. Drage gets some really nice value there. He gets 6 stars. He's just an absolute hard carry in this game on that Brock, so you love to see it. We managed to win the first set right there. Let's jump into the next set. All right, guys, so jumping into the first game of Ring of Fire. So you're going to see a lot more different comps on Ring of Fire this time around. So we've gone with a Squeak and Rico. Not too sure why they kind of went for this. I mean, Squeak's all right. I think Squeak are definitely overrated in my broader rankings video the other day. It did seem really strong when it first came out, but whilst kind of scrimming, he's not as good as anticipated, mainly due to the fact that there's a lot of Pam and a lot of Buzz in this meta, and Pam and Buzz just completely wreck Squeak because of his reload. But we get a really nice start here. So basically what we're aiming for with this composition is the 8-bit. Everyone's starting to use 8-bit because there's a lot of Byron Pam at the moment, and 8-bit is going to shred Pam in those 1v1s. And even with the Pam gadget, like 8-bit, I think he has a kind of fast reload. It doesn't seem like he's impacted too much by a Pam gadget whatsoever. So you can see Tom in that 8-bit super is just disgusting. The amount of damage Brock does, I think he does like 2.4k damage per shot. I think something around that. It's just crazy. No one's going to be able to push him, especially with his gadget as well. You can see here what it just takes Pam to half HP with one shot. Was that like 3.7k damage or something dumb with that gadget? That was absolutely insane. See here, I'm just going really aggro. I'm actually using Malaise on Byron as well, by the way. It's just much better against healer comps, and I kind of like Malaise now. I used to think it was kind of useless, but I'm starting to vibe with it a lot more. We just see here, we're just completely dominating. I don't really like the Rico pick anymore as well. I feel like Rico's not really that great at getting control, especially when Brock is in play as well. Brock is just a much better version than him right now. So we're going to be taking that game quite comfortably there. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, so jumping into the next game of Hot Zone. So we win this one, we go through to the monthly finals, and it's just so important. I can't stress this enough, how important it is to win this game. And you guys might be thinking, well, we're not like facing like Clash or EXO or anyone like that, but trust me, like these teams in EU are just really good players. There's so many good players in EU, and you have to be at your best of your game all the time. You've seen it in previous months where we probably like underestimated some teams, and they've managed to beat us. So definitely learning from our mistakes. Do not underestimate anyone, especially in the EU region. So they've actually gone with a mirror comp right here. So Tom popping off with a Brock. You guys know Tom's been a goated Brock since the day he was born. Like, you can't, like with Tara, yeah, pretty trash, but you can't slay Tom's Brock. Is absolutely insane. So again, we're just trying to get the heals with the Byron 8-bit. Byron 8-bit combo coming secretly back into the meta, especially with so much power, as I said. So they managed to regain control here. I'm just going a little bit, well, I've been a little bit annoying. So you can see here, this is literally the perfect play for us to break. So I splash the 8-bit, and 8-bit's basically like useless now. We can just absolutely shred him because he has no healing. Which is insane. It's melee style power. I'm actually vibing with it. It's so strong. I love using it, especially against healer combinations, because you can just use it super aggressively, and you just know that even their normal regen, they're not going to be regen at all. I think they like heal for like 100 a second or something like that. Even with like Byron heals, they heal for like 100 a second, so you're going to be taking down those brawlers really easily. So again, we're in the middle. Tom is pushing up, getting some nice shots onto the 8-bit there. Does survive on low HP, does get super off as well, managing to get him down. So Dre's going to stay alive here. I'm just staying in the 8-bit turret to try and get as much healing as possible here. So I don't think that Byron is using melees. I'm kind of unsure. Like, there's been a few Byrons that I've faced that aren't using melees, and I'm really not sure why they're not running it. Like, injection is a good star power, but with the amount of like Byron Pam, Byron 8-bit in the meta, definitely worth using melees for me. Definitely going to be the best star power. So Melanie goes in there, dies. We've just got so much control here. There's not really too much these guys can really do. Tom with a flank getting some good shots into the middle. I've got a super onto 8-bit, managed to get 8-bit down, and we managed to clutch up and win it in the end. So absolutely insane clutches from us. So with a new meta, it kind of can be a little bit messy, especially considering the old meta, I think, was kind of the same for like 2 months. So a lot of teams were like comfortable. Literally a few days before the qualifiers, balance changes hits, it gets a bit crazy. Not everyone knows what's like meta, what like hard counters meta, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy times, but it's kind of fair game for everyone. So you just have to clutch up in the end, and we managed to. So really good news for us. So hopefully in the monthly finals, we're able to pop off and maybe secure our chance of getting worlds. So thank you guys for the support this weekend. Absolutely insane. Definitely one of the main reasons for motivating us also. Obviously, big shout out to everyone supporting us in the Twitch chat, the YouTube comments, Twitter, all the socials, on everything. Honestly, guys, thank you. You guys are absolutely amazing. But yeah, as you can see, we managed to clutch up. So we also played one more game today. I don't think it was too much point really showing it, because I was kind of, as you can see, we just won 4 games in a row. But yeah, I'm losing my voice here. That's going to be it for today's video. Time to wrap it up. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.